For the B-roll, bro. I already knew this shit was gonna happen, bro. I was like, Frank is going to crash.
Yeah, you better get all this on video so we can.
Oh, I will not stop recording.
He said, I'm not stopping.
My girl called me, she told me.
Yeah, so sorry Sam couldn't be here, man. He's in the war.
Yeah, Sam,
Off to Ukraine.
No, actually he's in the war against synth pop.
Ah,
Yeah, it's pretty rough. It's okay. He'll come out strong.
that's a tough deal.
Yeah.
all quiet on the Western Front, man.
Yeah.
Turn this up. The funniest thing is that this is a synth pop song. This is for Sam.
Out there fighting the good fight, man.
Here's my music, we'll go there.
I'm trying to help out.
Fuck it. If I get towed, it's part of the video, man.
Yeah, we're probably gonna do this. Yeah, so this is what TasteFull jerks off to before every show, together in the green room. I mean,
That's how we get it done.
alright, well you gotta get this, yeah.
Look at that.
Very festive, the music hasn't stopped, evidently not. I mean, it's gonna survive a while.
Iconic.
The one that's lasted the longest though, it's not our flyer. Well, we were on the bill, but it was a house show at the Amish Hotel.
Yeah.
For those of you who remember the Amish. And it stayed on the electrical box all the way over there in front of Clifton Tavern. Alright, Frank's about to kill me. But yeah, it stayed posted over there for like a year or like more. It's great.
What you doing? You can't jaywalk with the cameraman, Frank.
Law-abiding citizens, man.
But yeah, so we're just taking a little tour of the Clifton area today. We're going to Mike's Music right now and the Cupboard, which are two popular spots, places we like. We'll be
Two of
hit-
my favorite things to do, man. Make music and
pretty much
smoke
everything.
tobacco products.
And the other miscellaneous activities in that store.
I mean, besides the point, man, we gotta get you a bass.
Hey man, I don't need a bass. I'm thinking of going a cappella these days.
He said the bass lives in me, man.
All bass, no drum.
I think Mike's will prove us differently.
Oh, yeah. So who's your boy in here, Frank?
My man Scotty. Scotty's.
Yeah, Scotty's the dude.
The dude.
I thought it was locked.
How we doing, Scotty?
What's up, man?
I'm sorry, my name's Scott. I don't dig around. There's a first floor back down
Yeah,
there.
but this is this spot.
The holy. Take you to the back. Frank can tell you all about fucking tube amps for like 3 hours. Good luck.
Oh boy. Oh damn.
So when we get signed, I'm trying to go with something smaller here. As you can see here, I just want to size down to a Marshall full stack here. You know, right here we got the Plexi. Beautiful piece of equipment.
What about this, man? This looks nice.
You know, I don't like the color, man. I don't think it would give a good tone. The color.
It might be kind of grainy.
The color's wrong. See the green right there? It really messes with the mids and the signal. It's just not.
I mean, what about the skin? How do you feel about skin?
Skin?
You know? Like, what
Dude.
about the texture? You know.
This reminds me of a girl I once knew, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we'll leave that one unnamed.
Yeah, we were boogieing down at the Mesa.
Boogie nights.
That's why he wears a lizard skin. You know.
Oh yeah.
Keep your enemies close.
Wait a minute, actually though. The XB2. This is this is an older version of what the guy in not Oregon Space Trail, when we played Philanthropy Pub with. Oh, Trauma. This is the older version of the
Real?
of the organ the guy in Trauma uses. This thing is freaking awesome. That's Trauma, Illinois, for all you Cincinnati people, in case you're recording. Yeah, it's an HP2. It's that's why it's so small. It has like mini outs.
Are you sure it was Trauma? Did they have an organ?
Yeah.
Or you mean Electric Indigo?
Oh yeah, Electric Indigo.
Are you talking
Yeah,
about
Electric Indigo.
Oregon Space Trail of Doom?
We were talking about them. Yeah, no. Electric Indigo, another gas band that you guys should go check out.
I kind of want to go ask Scotty about that.
Now let's go check out the bases
One of
here.
my favorites.
Bet.
Tysko. This was used to record Siamese Dream, one of my very favorite albums. The back, loser guitar. Come on. Can't go wrong. Tom Petty, Mary Jane's Last Dance.
This is just beautiful. Alright guys, you guys can go on with the video, but I'm probably just gonna stay here.
Alright. No, dude, we gotta ask you a few interview questions here first.
Okay.
Alright, is that alright?
I guess.
Sounds good. Alright, cut the camera for a second.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's salvageable, man. I'm trying to like tune it up to a higher tuning so it doesn't like buzz so bad, but... Is this rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Alright, well, we're not gonna go with this one. So I'm Hunter Brookbank. I picked this bass out specifically. I guess it's a good way to lead into the fact that one of my biggest influences is Jocko, and maybe that's evident in my obsessive use of harmonics.
Yeah.
It's really not okay. I know it's not. I know.
Big
But-
jazz cat.
Yeah, man. No, I really love jazz. My grandpa Lou Lash, he has played in the like Cincinnati jazz scene for a long time. He's actually inducted into the Jazz Hall of Fame in Cincinnati.
Wow.
So I'm very like, he's like my idol. I look up to him like so much in bass playing and musicianship in general. And so that influenced me a lot. He taught me my first blues scale when I was like 10. I don't know. The way I came to the bass is really weird. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of random. I was playing Guitar Hero, and I was like, I didn't know bass existed, and I saw bass as an option. I was like, bass, like what? What is that? So I tried it, and I played it, and I just only heard low notes, blah, blah, blah. But I thought it was different, and I went home, and I was like, Mom, you gotta get me a bass. Because, I don't know, I'd messed around on clarinet and trumpet and like piano a little bit, but none of them really stuck. I didn't really go too far with any of them, at least when I was little, and then she got me this, well, my dad actually got me this really cheap Indiana bass, like no-name knockoff bass, but I played it for forever. I still have it, and
Nice.
that's sort of how things began. But yeah, I played in a high school band called the Thrifters with Sam. That's how I know Sam is from St. X, going to high school with him. Me and him just sort of hit it off from the start. We both knew that, I mean, I don't know a single person who writes music like Sam does, and it was evident from the moment I met him that like he was writing really different stuff. Like he writes from the heart in such a way that I haven't seen in a lot of people, and he's driven me and inspired me for ever since the time that I've known him. So anyway, yeah, we had a band, and then we came to college. The band sort of broke up, and we met these guys at a party. We were jamming. We sat down for like 3 hours and just played randomly. And we were like, yeah, we should do this again. And the band sort of came together. We decided to call it TasteFull. And we've been playing in the Clifton area and beyond for the past 4 years. So.
All right. I got the story from here. All right. We're going downstairs. We got to check out the guitars.
Frank Cassidy, how did you get started and how did TasteFull end up with you?
Okay. So I started out here. I actually didn't play guitar until beginning of high school, I would say. I had a friend. He wanted me to start and join his band. He actually asked me if I could play bass. So I picked up bass for about a month. And then from there, it was like the band fell apart, and I was like, my dad collects guitars, so I figured that guitar was probably the better option. And then I met Karthik, I would say my freshman year of high school. From there, we started playing probably, I'd say sophomore year of high school. We just started doing talent shows and stuff. And from there, we played sophomore year through college and beyond. We met the other guys, Matt, Hunter, and Sam, and kind of took off from there. So, but I started out, I loved a lot of noise rock, a lot of garage rock growing up. So I wasn't ever trying to get something super technical as much as I was trying to get really good sound and a lot of like energy in my playing. And so like a lot of the stuff that I play is not super technically advanced, but I'm really trying to give it my all in what I play. And I think I got I hope I have kind of a unique sound as a result of that. So, but I grew up, I loved a lot of surf rock, playing a Fender Jaguar here. I play a Jazz Master most every day. So yeah, a little bit about me.
Wait, Frank, are we going here?
I didn't call ahead.
No, we're not. Okay.
You can ask him if you want.
Never mind.
Hold the shit again. I got you, buddy. Oh my fucking god. Hunter Brookbank in a two-seater, everybody.
It could be yours.
Losing off oxygen. I'm trying to find a reason how it'll catch me. Yeah, you better bet I better be dead. I said don't worry, just lay your head. It'll all come up top like oxygen.
I've been playing music, honestly, not that long. I probably started playing around 13, 14, man. Me and Frank went to the same high school, started shacking up around high school time, doing those talent shows and all that fun shit. So, to anybody out there currently on that grind, just keep doing it, man. It only gets better. Other than that, man, I was in a band with Frank for a few years, kind of local thing. Everybody went off to college, and right around that same time, I think freshman year of college, right, we found Sam and Hunter, man, at a house party, and ain't shit been the same since. So it's been a whole wild ride with these boys, and I hope to keep it going as long as possible, man.
There's still a fire left in my torch.
Alright. We're here at the record store, boys. Let's get it. There you go.
That's what it needs to be. This place is like the record spot in Clifton. They get imports from Japan.
Oh, this is awesome.
Karthik.
Dude, no, because I've actually never been here before either.
Talk about
Japanese
actual
imports
imports.
are rare, bro.
Yeah, man, they
Meters.
got everything.
Yeah?
Technology.
Oh, wow. Never mind. If they had the,
It's really a problem because I'm just gonna start getting depressed that I can't
Ladies
get
and
everything
gentlemen.
that I find.
beautiful record. Fantastic work. Amazing horns. Love the soul, man. That's what I live for. This one's for you, Hunter.
Gotta love Supreme.
You could see, TasteFull got a whole lot of influences in this bitch. Hey, there you go.
were really a great band, but you know, man, they were missing a letter, specifically a Y.
The dad jokes are strong with you guys.
Oh yeah. Oh, Frank's got the dad jokes, believe me.
Yeah.
He's got it covered.
Oh, Karthik, you need this, man. She bangs the drums. Soulmate, it's the only way that you're gonna find one.
This is a pretty slept on record. If there's any metal fans out there, man, I mean, this was some early, like, 90s, 2000s metal that, I mean, the drums on this and the industrial stuff on this record, like, seriously huge influence for me as a producer and as a drummer, man. You wouldn't think, but, like, you can at me at the comments if you want.
If you ever need any lady advice, there's just nothing like Back to the Future 2 on Laserdisc, man. Alright, you know what would actually be cool? Let's find the 3 records that most influenced us.
That's what I'm trying to do, bro.
I mean,
You had to
if I
pick
can-
3?
If I can find them.
Find them. I know what
But
mine-
yeah, I'll try. I'll pick some that
Frank,
have to do
the
with
Never
it.
Mind the Bullets is right here.
It was actually Rocket to Russia. That did it for me.
Okay.
Go for it.
Alright, we're here at Torn Light. So these are not my 3 favorite albums from these bands, but as far as 3 albums that introduced me and influenced me the most, definitely The Who, The Ramones, Sonic Youth. I grew up learning how to play guitar on the Ramones. You know, when I first started out, bar chords, it's where a lot of rhythm guitar players start out. And, you know, the Ramones were the easiest to learn. I loved how straightforward everything was. Everything that came after was as a result of this. As far as Sonic Youth, just how they used the guitar, they used it in ways that had never been done before, making it sound like horns, making it sound like walls of sound, strings, using alternate tunings. And then The Who, Pete Townshend is my favorite guitarist, and just the way that he orchestrated everything was pretty incredible. I take a lot of inspiration in my right hand. A lot of guitar players put a lot of influence in the left hand, but for me, like, the right hand is really where it's at. If you don't know how to use your right hand, you're not a good guitar player. I love you all, but that's how I feel.
You know,
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Carr. We're here at Torn Light Records, man, and let's see what the other boys got. What you got for me, man? What you got?
Well, to start off, I got an album to represent one of the artists that's influenced me a lot, George Benson. He just has an absolutely, like, amazing sense of minimalism to his music a lot of the time, and, like, I love his reserve and the arrangement, and I've just jammed to a lot of his stuff, and it's really influenced the way I play. So I got that, got Rush, Gotta Have It.
Oh yeah.
Everything that Getty does is like what I want to be in life. So I'm just a fanboy, and I'm still just a fanboy because this is the best album ever made. I gotta grab it. So yeah.
Well, as Hunt said, he's just a fanboy, and as many of you can probably tell, I'm just a hipster. The 3 records I chose: King Crimson, man, Court of the Crimson King, the drums on this record, not to mention the guitars, the organ, everything on it. It's just,
Oh, that's what Third Rock's from.
yeah,
Yeah, dude.
it's fucking absurd, man. It's great.
Oh yeah.
And then I chose the United States of America and the Silver Apples, 2 60s New York bands really responsible for creating that experimental scene around that time. Huge proponent of art music and everything that means, bringing the culture to the people, you know?
He doesn't see us walking around. I'm here to ask you questions and interrogation.
That was unexpected.
How's it like being the manager of a band in Clifton? Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's tough sometimes.
There's the
You got your backpack
There's the
still?
publicly right answer and then the answer, you know?
Well,
How raw is this?
Well, tell them about the backpack, man.
The backpack? Oh yeah, no, my backpack got stolen. Then it was gone for a little bit. I bought everything that was in it because it was only like a book and a few other things and the laptop, but we're not going to talk about that.
It was a lot.
And then one day Hunter rolls up when I show up to his band practice and he's like, "Hey man, I found your bag."
Yeah, it was at a house show. It got stolen at a house show, and these dudes just DM'd me randomly on Instagram like, "Hey, I have this backpack and it had a rent slip with your name on it." I was like, or your name.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
because I don't get rid of anything.
Yeah, and so we got it back. But yeah, that's the type of stuff that happens that we deal with.
And I'm incapable of bringing pics to a gig, so I give them to my manager instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, every
We all know how
fault of
Frank
ours.
is. I don't even need to get into that.
Let me see this. He doesn't own it.
You know what, guys? I am honestly kind of getting tired of this interview thing, dude. Like, straight up. Let's get hammered.
Are you fucking serious? Uncut.
I don't know why you guys are pushing these hammers right now.
Yeah, bro.
I'm walking away.
You want to get hammered? I'll get you hammered.
This guy.
Honestly, this one's probably my favorite.
Big-
Collins axe.
big hammer guy.
It's pretty good. I like this.
Oh man, he might just be hammered right now.
We did
All right.
polish off that wine. All right.
This is definitely my favorite one. As you can see, it says Hickory here. When I was, working on the first album, I needed kind of a heavy sound. This really got the job done.
Oh, bro, you haven't even told him about the drill yet.
When you do a bit, you have to tell us what to do.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck?
Sorry, guys, we're finding the keys.
Just zoom in on the keys.
Store.
Oh, there they are. That'll work.
Oh my.
We're in Ludlow. It's okay. Clifton would be a different story. Oh, how do I unlock this thing? I'm trying to find my dongle, man.
That'd be so funny if it was just, oh my god. Just connected.
Bruh. Well,
Well,
we're dongle free now.
Coming at us next, just one grape of the vine.
Y'all ain't even giving me ox yet. I will unleash full out. I will unleash full out art hell on you.
the beast has not been let out of his cage. So this is the cliff at Bellevue. This is where all the cool kids go. So they say.
Hey man, it's where all the cool shows be happening now.
True.
Sorry to encroach on your abode, man. We're about to film a.
Yeah, I recognize you too.
You just ruined the whole fucking vibe.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, nice.
Frank, these are actual press photos.
Yes.
Oh, I was taking a video.
Oh, this is a video?
Yeah.
What? God damn.
Sorry, what?
Well,
Wait,
Frank dropped trowel, so
that's fucking rough. I was so serious the whole time.
What's the next step for Tasteful? Where are you guys going?
So the next like month and a half, we're going back into the studio, recording demos. We have a ton of new music coming out. We're taking a little break from shows, only really playing out-of-town gigs here. We're going to be back at the end of April with a new double single, as well as a pretty big live show here coming up, actually at Bellevue Park, which we're getting pretty excited here for. We got our upcoming singles called Lost Another Friend and Carousel coming out here, recorded with Mark Santangelo, Nolan Monagold, Liam Scott at the Warehouse downtown. And you know, I mean, it was pretty cool. We've been a lot more concise with our recording, trying to really streamline the process. So it's been really good, just getting in the hang of things. I feel like as we're progressing as a band, we're getting a lot better as far as like the streamlining of the process. Everything's a lot more intentional than ever has been before, so that's been really cool.
I mean, it's just been a matter of us trying to work with Sam being gone right now. We're sort of incorporating more of a three-piece approach because that's what we need to do at this point. And so it's going to be a matter of a lot of writing, a lot of learning in the next couple months. But we're sort of coming into a new identity right now, honestly, and the next couple releases will probably tie into that.
Nice.
So, yeah.
What do you think that sound is for Tasteful in this upcoming age?
It's definitely 70s. I mean,
Yeah.
It's got a 70s feel to it.
You know, it's kind of funny. Hunter writes a very certain way, and Karthik and I write a certain way. Hunter's very much the kind of person that comes to us with a full song written out with all the instruments, all the parts. Does a lot of that on GarageBand, whereas Karthik and I take a lot more old school approach as far as sitting there with drums and guitar and writing our parts. I write a lot of my guitar parts with the beat in mind, and that's been really cool because it's like there's not a single riff I don't write without him on the drum kit there to figure out the time and the structure of the song. So, and then just kind of that duality in what we're writing is giving two different sounds that are kind of going to collide in our next releases in a really cool way.
Yeah, that's the thing about Tasteful is that all of us have such like different just tastes almost, but and writing styles. But when it comes together, it really is something special, and it's like it's fun to see how it comes out because it's never the same as any one person envisions. Like,
there's not many bands that say their biggest influences for their next release are Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, Marvin Gaye, Black Sabbath, and Alice in Chains.
Yeah, it's just it's
so I mean you put the late 60s, early 70s soul with a lot of like pioneers in heavy music and put those two together. And it's creating a really cool sound.
Yeah, man. So. We even have like electronic stuff coming up. Like we're experimenting with different drum options, and yeah, we're in a creative space right now. We're trying to really like find some new directions. So
yeah,
awesome.
What are the chances?
Wait a second, we got another Clifton legend here.
You guys.
What's up, Pete?
How we doing?
The guest appearance, man.
We're having our interview.
Oh, well. Howdy, folks.
I was not expecting
The fifth member of TasteFull, Pete Glassmeyer. Remember that.
Pete Shiesty.
P. Shiesty.
Yeah, you know what it is.
How you been?
Good.
Dude, those are like the flyest glasses I think I've ever seen.
Thanks. I just got them. This guy in New York gave them to me.
It's pretty sweet. What a sweet. Those are awesome. Cool. Where do we want to go next?
Heavy, Frank.
Oh, I had heavy, but now I'm switching to BIG.
Oh, VIP?
All right, word.
It's because I'm here. So actually because Zach is here.
Yeah, we got a new member of the band. It's Pete. We're picking him up for the interview. Hunter quit like 5 minutes ago.
This is the soft launch.
So, new Tasteful, guys. Let's go.
All right.
You guys make it look like it's 40 degrees out here.
Yeah, dude. It's because, I mean, listen, man. When you're not in shape, you gotta layer up, dog. just saying, it works. I look good. Doesn't mean I look good if you take all this off. I mean, to a certain crowd, but I think to each their own, man. You look good too, man.
Well, what you got for us?
What's your guys' favorite show been so far?
Favorite show?
Shit, that's a tough one.
That is a tough one, dude. I mean, I don't know. I gotta go. I definitely just have to say Rocktoberfest. I felt like that. Was it the last Bellevue show?
That was the last Bellevue show,
and
yeah.
it was so bad, bro. It was like the most people I've seen in Bellevue. So that was a great time.
Yeah, for as much as I love playing good venues, doing stuff like fucking Fountain Square and like big places like that, I mean, the best energy is always at the Clifton House.
Yeah, that's where everyone has the most fun.
For sure. I'd say maybe recently, played a really killer show at Mad Frog of all places. Was pretty cool. The lasers were pretty awesome. We played with Trauma, Illinois, which was really. We were on it.
Oh, they were at Mad Frog too.
Yeah. Well, and I mean that just goes to show, man. At the end of the day, we can't do it without y'all coming to the shows, man. Because we feed off of that shit. I live for that shit. And God bless it, man. Clifton is a good place for it.
That's why the house shows are banging.
All right, what about your least favorite show?
I mean,
Can we put this on camera?
Are we gonna talk about don't say what I know you're about to say? Do not say that.
So there's a certain dad venue that we have consistently played, and it's really hard playing long sets when the energy isn't there, and we keep playing it because it's how we pay our creatives and it's how we pay for our studio time. But I mean, playing shorter shows of all original music is definitely like what we love, and like the longer gigs, they get tiring sometimes, for sure.
Hey man, the worst shows are typically, it's just about like how the venue treats us, how the vibe of the night is, to put it like, I don't know. It's about like the reception that we get, and that it's often just an equilibrium of energy that's shared for the good ones, and when it's not there, it's not the same.
For sure.
What about any pre-show rituals you guys have?
Oh man.
That you can legally talk about?
We played a really killer show as a 3-piece at Northside like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And before the show, and normally I don't do this because I'm always like running around doing a ton of things before the show. And I just sat there at the merch booth, kicked my feet up, like drank a beer, and like didn't do anything but like watch the band before us and just kind of like zenned out. And I was like super calm, like super ready for the show. And when I walked on stage, it was crazy. I mean, it was just max energy on my part, and I think being able to like sit down, zen out. Like I know a lot of bands, they meditate, or they do different rituals or whatever you want to call it. But I think sometimes like allowing yourself to calm down and focus before a show creates like some of the most energetic shows. Because when you get on stage, you're ready to let loose. And that's pretty awesome.
Lately for me, it's been like. Lately for me, it's been I'll just be antisocial before the show, honestly, and I'll go to the green room and I'll just play for like honestly like an hour. Like I've played for the past 2 shows I've played, I just went to the green room and just played alone for like an hour and a half, and I was just like in the mindset. I was warmed up, and it was like two of the most fun shows. So
I think the biggest thing, man, is really just hyping each other up too, man. I mean, like he said, everyone's got their sort of pre-show, like what you got to do, zen out, shed out, whatever. But like that, like 10 minutes before we go up on stage, man, it's all like good vibes, it's all hype, and that's the way we like to keep it, man.
I think like Car said, something we've really stopped doing, which I think has really helped us, is whenever we play a show that maybe we messed up a part, or like there was something we were unhappy about, we've purposefully got to the point where we don't talk about it in like the first hour after the show. It's like even if we had a show that we thought was rough on stage, it's like, you know what, that was the best show we've ever played. And I think like being able to hype yourselves up before and being able to hype yourselves up after, no matter how it goes, just keeping the positive energy between the friends like that.
We
that contributes a lot. I mean, don't beat yourself up for what happened on stage right after you get off stage, because you can't change it. And like, you talk about it at practice the next day, or when you're having a beer later on that night. But I mean, after the show is a time for celebration. You just played a killer show. So.
And as a band habit, we congratulate each other after the set. Yeah.
Nice. My last question for you guys is, what's your dream theater to play at?
My dream place?
Yeah.
You know, I
already know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, you do. So everyone asks, like, what's your like bucket list 3 things in life? Mine, since I picked up guitar, was Madison Square Garden. I tell these boys, you know, in my mind, I haven't truly made it as a band until I get to play Madison Square Garden. And if that happens in life, you know, it very well couldn't, and I would be so thankful for everything we've done up to that point. But like, having that North Star, I was watching an interview with a Broadway star, and he was talking about how he didn't think he had made it until he had a star on Broadway. And when he was in college, he had that star up on his bulletin board. And every day when he went to class, every day when he went to practice, he looked at that star. And being able to have that North Star of, like, shoot high. I mean, because you're in music, you don't know what could happen. And really just have that guiding light, even if it's miles above what anybody else can think you can do. Just know what you can do, because you can.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
you don't got one? I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It sounds cliche, but it's just like, I really just enjoy playing wherever people are feeling it. Like, I wouldn't want to play Madison Square Garden with no one dancing. Like, I don't know. Anywhere that the people are there and having fun is where I like to be.
Yeah, the way I like to put it, because the same here, the venue doesn't matter for me, man. The day I can say I looked out, and if anybody knows the story about The Ocean by Led Zeppelin, how that was written, it's written about the waves of people moving in the crowds that Led Zeppelin played to. Until when I look out in that crowd and I see an ocean, really, I'll be very, very happy.
Hopefully,
but it ain't gonna stop, man. It ain't gonna stop, regardless.
It's good.
So the random guy over here to my right, your guys' left, this is our manager, Colin Hayter. He hopped on the team. I mean, he's really been with us since the beginning, but really seriously came on the team about a year ago. I'd say give or take a few months. I'm not exactly sure when
been
Colin.
a year and 2 months, man.
A year and 2 months. He's been counting. But you know, Colin's helped us in ways that, you know, we I don't know.
I mean, Colin changed the game when he came onto the team. Like, he takes care of so much stuff behind the scenes that we could never do, and I mean, it's just an incredible asset to have someone like him, and anyone in general, like, with the type of dedication to the project that he has. And, you know, obviously,
Yeah, I love you too.
Yeah, get our mans over here.
Pete Shiesty, ladies and gentlemen. Pete Shiesty. Hey, you gotta quit talking about my mom behind your hat, man. Well, once again, we are TasteFull out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Check us out on all social media at TasteFull Band. Check us out on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Reels, all of that stuff. We got the Bandcamp. We're working on the Patreon. We got our website at www.tasteful/band.com. Check us out for all our show dates, all our upcoming stuff. We're getting super excited for the future. Hope you guys are too.
Yeah, man. And in the next few months, keep on the lookout. Keep you posted. We got new singles coming, man. And it's going to be exciting stuff.
Lost another friend in Carousel coming at you.
Yeah, real soon. Getting excited.